How to thread a fine Oxford punch needle. The Oxford punch needles are available in two different widths, fine and regular. The way you can tell the difference between the punch needles is if you look at the handle. The fine punch needles will have this small metal loop on there to help you thread the yarn, whereas the regular ones won't. The regular Oxford punch needles should be used with a chunky, bulky weight yarn, whereas the fine needles will be used with an Aran weight yarn. When you receive your punch needle, it should already have a piece of yarn threaded through the needle, which is really handy for you to be able to see how that is going to move through the punch needle. But let's take that out and get started. So the punch needle has the needle tip and it also has the wooden handle. With the Oxford punch needles, they're self-threading, so they don't require the use of a wire or plastic threader to go with them. Through the handle and the needle tip, there is this slot that runs all the way through, and that is what you're going to use to help you thread your punch needle. To thread the Oxford punch needle, we're going to take the end of the yarn. I'm just going to give that a little twist to get it into a point. With the fine, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that end of the yarn up through this small metal loop in the bottom of the handle first, and that's going to act as a guide to make sure that your yarn stays in the punch needle. Then, with the slot facing upwards, we're going to take the end of the yarn and put it through the eye in the needle, and then we're going to pull that back so you've got a decent length on one side, lay the yarn over the slot, and then pull at the base on one end, pull at the other end, and you should feel the yarn pop into the needle. And what you're going to make sure is that your yarn is moving smoothly through the punch needle. You're going to pull back on the bottom so that you've just got a small piece of yarn extending from the needle tip, and then that is your fine Oxford punch needle threaded.